Today I will talk about the power of words when it comes to living sugar-free. Hello, my name is Tsipi Livne. I'm a nurse and certified food addiction counselor. And many people who come to my sugar-free recovery program, one of the first things I tell them is to be aware of the words that they use when they describe these foods that they are addicted to or can't seem to control. If they're using words like treat, something delicious, so yummy, something to spoil myself with, well, here's the thing, right? Our subconscious hears the words that we say, and it gets convinced by the words that we say. I always tell my clients, you can want to abstain from sugar and ultra processed foods and addictive eating from here to tomorrow. And if you're not managing to do it, it's not because necessarily that you don't want it enough. I see people who come to me and they will invest huge amounts of time and money, which means that they really, really want it. Also, usually most of the times, it's not even a matter of self-hatred or self-sabotage. People don't want to harm themselves, but sometimes what happens is these foods have this like magnetic pull that even though we know that it's harming us, we can't not have it. We can't not eat it. That's one of the main symptoms of addiction. And addiction isn't necessarily about self-sabotage. It's about a lot of things. It's about our environment. It's about our life experiences. It's about our metabolism. It's about the biochemistry of our brain. Yes, it might also be some people do have issues about self-sabotage, but actually most of the cases that I've come across, and I could say there's many, many hundreds of people who have come to my sugar-free recovery program and gotten a huge change in life. It isn't about self-sabotage most of the time. But here's the thing. We need, in order to be able to really change the way that we eat as a life change, well, then it can't be. That's also, by the way, when I tell my clients in that first meeting to be aware of the words, it's also, I tell them that like the one thing that's not allowed in my program is to say you're on a diet. Because when we say I'm on a diet, then it's like our brain, our subconscious brain hears, because of all the messaging, diet messaging around in diet culture, it's like this is some temporary project where I'm depriving myself and right now I have to suffer through it, but hopefully I'll get to my goals and then I'll be able to go back to what I was doing before, just with some more control. So the words that we use, whether we're using those words consciously or subconsciously without even noticing it, our subconscious mind hears them and gets convinced by them, not by what we want in our conscious brain or what we have set out for as our goals, whether they be health goals or whatever it is. So think about it and start paying attention to the words that you are using when you're describing these ultra processed, sugary, addictive foods. So if you call it junk, then our brain hears this is junk. If you call it garbage, our brain hears this is garbage. This is also, by the way, why I many times will instruct my clients. Let's say, I don't know, you had a party. There was junk food that was served at the party. Whatever's left over, when you throw it in the garbage and our subconscious brain sees us throwing it in the garbage, then our brain gets this message: when we don't need this, the leftovers are garbage. When we send it to somebody like the soldiers or the kids in school or the teacher's room, or bring it to work and set it out at the coffee place so that somebody else can enjoy it, because, well, what does our brain say? This is something to enjoy. This is something very special, but poor me, I'm not allowed to have it. So our brain doesn't really get convinced that this is something that is not good. My team and I make a huge effort to consistently put out high quality videos to help you on your way to health. If you're getting value from these, you can help us reach more people by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Thank you. So it's important also the actions we take, and that the words that we use will actually support what we want to believe. Now, even if you don't And then that belief starts going further inside and really becomes an inner core belief in our unconscious mind or a subconscious mind. So this is very important. So why don't you share here in the comments below maybe some words that you would like to consciously adopt when you're talking about these foods that you want to abstain from, or maybe just severely limit, or just change your attitude towards them as a life change towards healthy eating, because this is where it all starts. So we need to use our conscious mind to change or reconvince our subconscious mind what we want what we want in our conscious mind. We need to be able to convince our subconscious mind if we really want to make this a lasting change. Think about the words you are using now, and maybe you'd like to change them. So what are the words that you would think would be good words to use when you're describing these sugary, ultra-processed, addictive foods that are foods for you? For example, I don't talk about that I slipped on a treat. Sometimes it happens that I'll slip on foods. Thank God I don't slip on sugar and white flour, but it does happen sometimes that I'll eat something that I wasn't meant to eat. But that's exactly how I say it. I'll say, you know, I abstained from these foods, and yesterday, I didn't. Or I'll say junk food. I'll call it junk food. I'll call it foods I do not eat, so that my brain hears that this is what it is. And I won't talk so much about if I enjoyed it, or like all the and also another really important point is humor. Don't use humor around these things. Like when I do group workshops, once in a while there's somebody who will make a joke. Oh, so who's bringing the cake at the last meeting? And the people who make that joke, if you want to know the honest truth, I worry a little bit about them, because our subconscious brain doesn't get jokes. All it hears is, hey, we're supposed to have cake when we're celebrating something or finishing something or having an important meeting. We're supposed to have cake here. That's what our brain hears. So be careful about the humor you're using. Be careful about the jokes you're making. Be careful about the words that you are using, speaking, not just in your mouth, in your mind as well. The self-talk, the conversation. Consciously change the conversation in your head around these foods, and you will see this is such a powerful tool to help when that your personal conscious goals will also become your unconscious goals and desires. Let me know what you think about this video and the words that you'd like to use. And if you would like help getting to that place where you can make these conscious and so many other tools for sugar-free recovery life, well, contact me in the link below, because I can help. Bye bye.